the Aphelios, now seeing these scaling picks, and still doing well, and still finding outplays like this, where Team Pending get the engage of a lifetime, but 100 Thieves Next still so far ahead. This looks so great for them going forward. Another kill picked up by 100 Thieves Next. They will clean up Robbie Bob. They will look to clean up Chookies. They're looking to clean up this game number one without much resistance coming through. Masu flashing over the wall to give Lens one more kill.
It's a big thing to play for now, but Wade Zamudo's flanking.
Here it is. My concern, the lack of front line. Out goes the hostile takeover. Does a lot of damage. But we're talking about damage. It's Darkwings who's able to get a beautiful Emperor's Divide. Captain Trips maybe getting the W there from Renata Glass, but it's too little too late. In comes the Divide. This is exactly what I was talking about. When it comes to a full team fight, there's not enough resilience within AoE GTC, and we saw it right there. A double.
Other angles he can take.
Really nicely coordinated with the bot lane as they're continuing to make stuff happen here. Flux is going to get locked up here. City Witty continuing to go aggressive. Trickster has a level advantage, but the Pillar is doing so much work in blocking Trickster out for the fight. Flux is going to go down before any single autos can land with the Phoenix Dance. Sketch only level 2 and won't be able to do a whole lot. Finally, Trickster falls and Sketch is the next target as well. Blaze going to try to turn the fight around, but the damage is too much. City Witty is just too big.
Item Mark, now you're in a position where you're very comfortable to fight here. You're very comfortable to start things like the Baron, because again, 50-50 against Nunu.
Yep, definitely in your favor, and there it is. It's Shoji that goes in with the quickness. He locks down almost everyone. The encore on the backside also hits so many members. The ultimate coming out of Young is not going to do enough damage. It's not going to lock anybody down. Now the follow-through coming out as well as City Witty throws down his ultimate, and it might not have been a clean ace last time, but it is a clean ace this time with Gorica picking up a quadra kill.
And it is time for finals right here in PGCQ. Alright, we'll be your host for the evening. Grab some straps you made on the internet. Joined here by my side by this absolutely wonderful desk. As usual, of course, the smartest man in Europe by my side, per the normal Mr. Veteran, and of course, LCS coach and man ready to steal your girl in front of you. My main man, Curry. Better to start off with you. What's going on?
Yeah, how's it going?
He's a man of many talents. One of which is time.
Let's go. Curry, got there.
Oh, I'm excited to be here, alright, especially both of me, alright, and I think it's going to be a great series of games. We have doubted Taco the whole time. I remember seeing everybody vote against them last time and thinking, damn, I should change my vote, shouldn't I? But this time around, we may even end up in a similar scenario. I'm excited to see what happens today, because it's either going to go as expected, it's going to be something completely unexpected, and if any team's going to do that, it's going to be Taco.
Now, Curry, your turn.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to be back. Excited to cast the finals, or be on the analyst test for finals, and excited to see 100x back here. And also excited to see Taco, because like Veteran said, like they've been the underdogs the whole time, and it's going to be fun to see if they can be the underdogs again. Obviously, this is going to be their biggest challenge, taking on 100x in the finals. But I think that they have a really good chance to surprise us, and I'm excited for some really fun games.
I am as well, and I think that right there is the real thing. The surprise factor, something that I know not many of us expected, but are truly exhilarated by being able to take it. I am so excited that I dressed up as a rock today just to show my excitement for it. But besides that, for those of you who are new, yet again, this is the finals of the PGCQ tournament. This is for teams who are looking to get into playing the Proving Grounds tournament, which is happening starting tomorrow. The best of Academy and the best of Amateur. We pitted head to head, and this right here is a final day to decide that all teams have been playing for this entire season through the spring and summer split to gain points, standings, prize money, and most of all, the glory of showing that they truly are the future of North America. So, with that, we've already talked a bit about what we are to expect in the teams you both mentioned. It's 100 Thieves Next versus Taco Gaming. This right here is what I want to say kind of expected for one team, but definitely did not for the other. Already expected Taco took us off by surprise, but Veteran, 100 Thieves have been a dominant force for the entire season.
Yeah, they really have, and they've made it look easy at a lot of points as well. This isn't even a team that's going like out there to do some crazy, insane new stuff we've never seen before. It's just the fundamentals played consistently in the way that they know their opponents aren't going to be, and the moment their opponents show that they're not quite on that level, they strike, and they can even end the entire game off of that, as we saw in Game 2 yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Of course, too, and Curry on the other end, I know you're talking a bit about Taco as well, but I know last time, too, we had the pleasure of seeing a couple of these teams as players. And yet again, it's just fantastic. And 100 Thieves did show us last time, too, that they're just that team.
Yeah, I think, like, just from watching them, just from seeing them in, like, this whole year, they're, like, a very complete team. They're probably better than a lot of academy teams, to be honest. I think they have, like, really strong foundations. I think that as a team that they, honestly, they just can kind of do it all. Like, they have very good fundamentals. They are very strong laners, like very strong jungler in Fnatic, who's just like honestly just always in the right place, always doing the right thing, like very clearly the backbone of that team. And just watch them is a lot of fun because they just have so much exciting new talent, and they really play in a way that makes you think like, wow, like these guys are like, a lot of these guys are ready to take the next steps, like up towards academy, up towards LCS.
Exactly. But before we dive completely into both these teams, I did want to take a couple of seconds to talk about some newer PG attendees, right? About players and, you know, just teams in general who've not necessarily seen and shared the limelight for this entire season. Like, they've come into their own throughout this, and look at that. Every single one of these players have decided to play in the first season in PG. Now, veteran, you've been around here for quite some time, but seeing all these new faces, you're thinking, man, the talent to pull this year is not too shabby.
I mean, I'm especially excited about the bot lanes there, right? Like Maya, the Geo Kingdom with deep learning, Lens. These have been really exciting talents for a variety of reasons, and they've been showing that they could definitely take it to the academy teams at Proving Grounds. So those guys I'm very excited to see play. But yeah, overall, it's insane when you see that talent doesn't just have to be a cycle. We get new guys, new challengers coming in all the time. But yeah, there's a lot of names there to be excited about. Hope they do well.
Cardi, any names that person stuck out to you, or you're thinking, nah, they're all mid?
No, I mean, like Veteran said, a lot of great talent. I think the ball lanes are great. Like, to see back like Duo King, who we haven't seen compete in a long time, who's really talented. I think just in general, like just seeing that there's always new talent on the horizon and coming up, and that they have like such a good chance to prove themselves, right?
Exactly.
Like show that they have like that they can also make a name for themselves. And yeah, it's always really exciting to see new players, and especially see them perform like as well as they have in this tournament.
100,000% right now. I personally was very excited for this new guy called Robbie Bob, who's I believe been claimed as the second coming of NA Faker, but that's just not my opinion. That's what Kelsey Moser said. So, I'll leave that be. But speaking of Robbie Bob, though, he has been one of the players to watch out for as you take a quick look at our playoff bracket, as him and his team didn't make it quite far, but sadly, they were just a little bit shy of making all the way towards the end. But I know some results naturally were expected, but by the end of it, that final team right there, Veteran Taco, I think many people counted them out, as you had already mentioned.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the last time I was on this desk, everybody counted them out, and they still made it through anyway. Really sad to see both AoE guys just fall here. Could have been a very, very interesting final with at least AoE esports coming there, but Taco Gaming, they've proven beyond a shadow of a doubt, more than almost any team there, that they deserve to be here, because they are the team of all the teams. No one expected. They did not have the wider support of the community to go this far. They've done it entirely themselves. They've proven that they are the closest competitor to 100 Thieves Next, no matter what happens today.
And as right now too, Curry, were there any matchups that you saw as well that perhaps stuck out to you, perhaps not even just the Taco one, but otherwise just going through the list of matches there?
Like just Taco beating Cincinnati Fear 2, who were the finalists last time, to beat AoE. Like, they beat good teams to make it here. Like, they didn't have necessarily like an easier bracket at all. So I think that's like a really important thing to acknowledge, like in their run, is that you can even argue that they actually had a harder run to 100x to make it here. I think that, you know, like Veteran said, like you can't count them out. Like, there is a lot to say about like being the underdog and constantly making it. And so, you know, I'm a big believer in like momentum, and I think they have a lot of momentum going forward. I think for 100 next, they're like they have the pressure's on them, really, right? Like they have to prove themselves. Like they've been said they're the best team. I think for Taco, they're like, yeah, I mean, they have momentum. They have a good chance to actually do like upset today.
Well, we'll have to necessarily say about that because Taco came to play. 100 Thieves had to make sure to prove themselves as they have done for the entire series. Because half the time we talk about 100 Thieves, we're thinking, okay, how many losses have they taken? Because they win so much, it's just hard to count at certain times. But today has to be the day they truly trump all before Proving Ground starts tomorrow for themselves. And with that, let's talk a bit further in about these things. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's talk about the main matchups between both these sides, because I know there's a lot to be said. We'll start off with things that are, probably a little bit more surface level, and then really get into something that I know gets more volatile. So with that, the jungle matchup is something that I want to dive into first, veteran.
Surface level and jungle matchup, though. Not entirely sure about that. All right, this is the one you can go on with. Well, I mean, so despite what we see here with like average GD at 10, etc., like the big thing I think I'm going to look at these two is that Fnatic, like we were saying before, is kind of everything his team needs at any point. Especially when it comes to Fnatic, I think I rarely see junglers at this level looking to actually escort and defend on wave crashes and bounces at a consistent pace, but Fnatic's been doing that. Last split, it was all entirely around top. This split, he's taken every lane into account while doing this. 100 Thieves have a very defensive style of play. It's all made possible by the man on the left. But the man on the right, he's been doing almost the opposite. His team plays around him, if anything. You have the Kindred there. That's the game he's pulled off some incredible carry performances on. He has the Graves, he has the Carthus, he has these low CC, heavy farming champions that he likes to pull out that he knows his team will let him play through. And if they get those winning lanes, and it's always being about that, they get those winning lanes, City Witty can carry the game. But then conversely, yesterday, what we saw was that, well, 2 days ago, what we saw was him actually trying to match the kind of play style that Fnatic normally does, play a bit more for his team with his Nunu, with his Zac. This is something we don't really see from City Witty. So you could definitely feel elements of them almost preparing for this series coming in. Maybe the City Witty we've seen the whole tournament that has worked out for them so far, they know that might not work out for them towards the end, so maybe they have to change it up. But this is actually one of the most interesting matchups that you've started off with, because there are so many unknown variables now. We've been thrown off by this City Witty Snowball Nunu, right? Being aggressive in the early game, playing for his team. What version of Taco Gaming are we going to see today? The one everyone's going to vote against, or the one that's going to show everyone up?
You raise a good point. Like, okay, so maybe I came into this with a little bit more hesitant. Not to be fair. Like I know you said about we don't know what's going on. That's why I said it's right up on the topic. And City Witty could do literally. We know Fnatic's level. We know just how amazing of a jungler he is and what he can do for his team. But City Witty right now, he's got two different styles. He could be that guy in your lane. Or, Curry too, we see City Witty decides, let me play a bit more facilitator. Let me come gank in. Let me see if I can get a flash, and then I'll go on my way here, Curry.
Yeah, so I think it's like Veteran said, it's going to be interesting to see which one shows up. Like, is this what they were preparing to try to beat 100x? Is this something they're experimenting with? Do they think this is better for them as a team? I think that's going to be like a big question today. I think for me, I think that this style is probably a bit better for them as a team. I think that, especially going into like the matchup today against 100x, like, if they want to beat them, they're going to need to beat them through bot lane, in my opinion. I think Gorka and Rovix have done a really good job of generating advantages just by themselves. Like, they have the winning lanes. But I think in terms of, like, being able to actually, like, win against 100x, they're really going to need to snowball them as a team. I think getting just, like, those 2v2 leads aren't going to be enough. They're going to need to make it a team effort. And that's what I'm hoping to see with them today. And, I mean, I just think just looking at the numbers, you can see that, like, for Gorka, like, it's been really strong on Draven. I think just having really high damage, if anything, and just really strong laning phases. I think they've struggled to convert those laning phase leads into like really consistent victories, and I think that's what they're going to need to do against 100x. And I think that's really where City Witty comes in and seeing what style he's going to play. Is he going to help push his bot lane leads, or is he going to use his bot lane leads for himself? And I think that will be like very defining of how the series is going to go down.
Yeah, I mean, stats normally tell the story of how a team plays around or with a person rather than how the person themselves plays. Definitely, I agree. both these bot laners play very, very aggressively, right? Kallista's being the mainstay on one side, Draven on the other, right, for the best performances for Gorica. I have not really seen a version of Taco Gaming, though, that does do what you say, play around him. And that's not for lack of trying. We saw very early kills in the last game yesterday from Taco Gaming, and you actually saw Nunu play very heavily to that side and still not find any openings. They're clearly not used to this. So I'd actually argue, contrary to what you're saying, that maybe that would even be worse for them to do. Seeing City Witty trying to match Fnatic on essentially Fnatic's home ground in terms of strategy is almost a guaranteed way to lose to Fnatic. Whereas I do think in a perfect world, playing through Gorica could win them the series. I think if they try to pivot to that, Fnatic will just outdo them in the same regard. It's not like Lens can't hold his own, and I think once we add jungle to the mix, I think then it all swings into 100 Thieves' favor again.
Volatile lanes and extremely aggressive laners, one side presenting a potential win condition, the one side perhaps even a detriment. Nah, that's too strong a word. I'm just trying to survive at a certain point, right? Because you know that what they bring to the team can truly be something that can shape the way we might see both of them play on the Rift. And finally, two laners that could not be more opposite. I believe you, as well as you quoted here, veteran, the mid lane that we have between these two. Because one style truly just does not define the other.
I mean, this really, like, says it all about the two teams as well, right? Especially when it comes to 100 Thieves. Like, Sochi, as you could even see on our opening playthrough, even just with the Everfrost and Silas, he was the one setting up the engages for his team in all those team fights. On the Talia, he was the one splitting the enemy with his ultimate or finding really good flanking positions to initiate fights with his ultimate. He is the engager of his team, no matter what it is that he's on. Even if it's something like the Yone, he is the guy who starts the fights with his Darkwings. We get the Aatrox, we get the Azir, we get the Swain that you see here. These are all anti-engaged, disengaged champions, and there you have the contrasting playstyles. 100 Thieves figure you're not going to get your perfect engage and will make it as hard as possible for you to get that perfect engage. And when you try to get that engage, we have the champions that will turn the whole fight, right? Whereas Shochi is there trying to find that perfect and trying to find that perfect fight.
Yeah. I think it's a really interesting clash of styles. I think that especially with like Shochi wanting to like these games to really accelerate, go fast, you know, we see his champion pool really like scrap it down. I think that's going to be a huge just indicator of what Taco Gaming needs to do as well, right? Like they need to be scrappy. They need to keep forcing these fights. Like when you're playing around these champs like Swain and Azir, like these champs, they rely on their long cooldowns for the disengage, like the ultis. Whereas like these skirmishing champions, like they want to fight every 30, 45, every minute before those ultis are up. And I think Taco Gaming is really going to need to push the pace with those champs, and they can't let their game slow down because that will always favor 100x. They're better in setup. They are going to have like these like long, better team fight champs as the game goes on. So I really want to see like Shochi like really push those early skirmish style and really get things going for Taco Gaming.
Well, let's see how much you believe in Sochi here, Curry, because it's time for predictions, and I need it's time for you to go first. So let's lay it on me. Who do you got? What's up?
Well, I have been talking up Taco Gaming because I would really like to see them perform, but I think at the end of the day, it's going to be a 3-1 for 100x. I think ultimately they just have like the better team style. I think that they have just been so consistent, and I think their style really favors the stage game, so I'm going to have to go with them.
All right, veteran, you are now. Are you with the crowd or are you against? What do you got?
I think that if they're able to get their all-winning lanes, City Witty on the carry strategy, they'll be able to take a game with that. But I also think that they wouldn't be able to take multiple games, even if they got the strategy multiple times, because 100 Thieves are very good in lane, and these winning matchups may just not be winning. So I have to go with 100 Thieves 3-1. Not the first time that I've bet against Taco Gaming, as with us all, I think. So I'm prepared to be wrong. I'm also prepared for a scenario where it ends up being 3-2, but I ultimately think that one game that they take against 100 Thieves are going to come back and be like, no, we're definitely taking this next game, and just really bring the pain. So faith in 100 Thieves there.
Yeah, it's the day after Monday. Taco Gaming 3-2. That's pretty much about it. Thanks.
Sneaky.
We're gonna lose to Ravishing.
That's it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready. Let's toss it over a quick video before and after that we'll have our wonderful cast for the day. Two very different levels of hair between Smacks and Desrex.
So we were supposed to do a pet prediction with the treats and the toys for the finals today for 100 Thieves Next in Taco Gaming. But as you can see, it is cozy nap time. So I don't think we're gonna get a pet prediction out of these two. However, I do remember them meowing it up last night while they were watching the semifinals. And I seem to remember Patroclus right here. He was saying that he thought the 100 Thieves was going to win. But Victor's a believer in Taco Tuesday. Isn't that right, Vicky? So, there you go. I assume nothing has changed between the two of you? Nope, doesn't look like it. Alright, back to you.
So chill right there, are those pets, Smacks? But thank you to the most electrifying man in esports entertainment, Dwayne Ravishing Rock Johnson, and welcome to the casting desk. My name is Eric Deserex Botran, and joining me, my co-caster is about as hot as the season. It is summer, Smacks Hyde. Thank you for joining me, Smacks, and it is finals time! The most dominant team in amateur versus the darling roster that just won't stop upsetting. What an exciting way to end the circuit.
My cats may not be quite so excited as they're chillaxing over there on the couch, but I am so pumped for this here, Deserex. As you can see, I'm standing up now. I've got my standing desk just so I could be super excited and match my levels here for the finals. We got Proving Grounds tomorrow, but that can wait because we got to see who the best team in amateur is before that.
Yeah, and right now, the biggest argument has been made for 100 Thieves Next, one of the most dominant rosters that we've ever seen when it comes to amateur. The only thing that I can really recall being this dominant was back when we had 100 Thieves Next debut with the roster of Tenacity and Kenvi. We haven't seen that level of domination ever since.
Yeah, especially not over the entirety of a full year's worth of games, because we did have Noorg, who of course did win one full split, the first Proving Grounds ever, but they disbanded immediately after that with promotions to Academy. There hasn't been anything, like you said, since 2020 where it's been domination over the entire year's worth of games. So 100 Thieves Next, they're living up to those expectations, and a win today would just put a nice bow on top of the entire year for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure acquiring 3 out of all the PGCQs we have, all 4 of them, is definitely nothing to scoff at. And of course, Taco Gaming, you got to give a hats off to them because this is the second time that they've made it to the finals. Back in spring, we had a roster that was able to make it there against no freaking team. Now making it once again in summer, number 2 against 100 Thieves Next.
Yeah, an entirely different roster apart from support as well. Rovex making that return and making it loud yesterday. If you weren't watching, delivered us 2 quick wins on Pike, carrying both games. Phenomenal stuff from him, and also the wrench in the jungle here, City Witty pulling out the Nunu and Willem. We'll see if either of those get banned as 100 Thieves Next. They've played it very methodical. They played very clean games yesterday as well, and I would imagine they want to mitigate all of those, you know, maybe consider them cheese picks from the draft here.
Now, I'm just wondering how this draft is going to go, because we've heard a little bit from the analyst desk. They were talking about how Taco Gaming likes to go for prio into their lanes to enable City Witty to play the map. Well, lately, we've been seeing a flip on that. City Witty playing more towards his lanes than anything else, and it's been looking good for Taco Gaming. I want to see if they're going to continue to go down that route.
Much less of the farming champions. Of course, you still want to ban away the Kindred and maybe the Karthus as well, because City Witty certainly is still proficient at both of those champions. Already half of that piece of the puzzle taken off the board by 100 Thieves Next. I like the Callista ban also to try to mitigate the laning prowess that we've seen from Lens when he's on that champion. We again heard from the desk how much the laning potential is important for Taco Gaming in the bottom lane specifically. Gorica very powerful on that Draven that he played twice yesterday.
Yeah, that Draven was absolutely nasty, and the volatility is definitely going to weigh heavy down into this bottom lane. Gorica and Rovex, they like to go hard, they like to go aggressive, being matched by Lens and Sword, so quite the aggressive lane down there. I do feel like, especially what the analyst said, that everything is going to start to revolve around this bottom lane and who's able to get that first lead. More bans do come out. That Draven, it's not going to hit the map this time, getting banned away, as well as Wukong.
Do you remember that interview that Rovex did, Deserex, where he flat out said in the interview, Gorica thinks Draven is the best AD carry on the patch right now. You should ban it against us. And 100 Thieves Next are taking that advice that Rovex so graciously gave to them. Got to get that off the board. We did see that Gorica did put up a really solid Aphelios performance just yesterday as well. So perhaps that's going to be the fallback here, unless Lens wants to first pick it like we saw in the series yesterday. That was so funny. Just series dipping into B1 Aphelios. Like, I've never seen anything like that before.
I want to jump on an Aphelios because that was some aggressive Aphelios play. I've never seen an Aphelios flash over a wall alongside a Gnar to do an engage for Taco Gaming. Some spicy stuff coming out of Gorica, but we got our first pick already lined up for 100 Thieves Next. They're going to get Dark Wings onto that control mage. The Azir going to be locked in.
Couple of solo laners to match it here on the side of Taco Gaming. Shochi immediately taking away the Sylas. As a pick into this Azir, his Talia was already banned away by Taco Gaming themselves. I've been really enjoying the way that he's been playing that champion to roam around the rest of the map. I particularly enjoy his Talia ultimates, but that won't be available for him right now. Instead, going to be taking away the ultimates of the opposite team, playing this really melee-focused skirmishing style that it seems like Taco Gaming are moving towards with these first couple of picks. We'll have to play into Poppy, though.
I do like this setup initially coming out from Taco Gaming, getting both the Gnar and the Sylas in that end. If you do get counterpicked with the Sylas when you have the Gnar, it's not as much as going for the lane itself, but just stealing away that ultimate can be so impactful in those big team fights. So now a pretty strong, scrappy frontline that we have out of Taco Gaming. City Witty is going to be on the trundle this time.
On the Sylas and Gnar point, I always think it's cheating when Sylas takes Gnar ultimate, because he doesn't have to play with a rage bar. He's like,
I know. Get it for free, you don't earn it.
I know, yeah. He doesn't have to do all that work to build up the rage and like play off the timers. I know Joshi's probably fuming about that as well, big Gnar player. But yeah, a lot of melee champions across the board. As you said, the double from Taco Gaming responded to 10 by that Poppy, by that Irelia for Sniper. We saw him blind pick Fiora yesterday. It seems like the high octane bruiser, sort of assassin-like champions that you can play up in that top lane are still in his wheelhouse today in the finals.
Now, for Dark Wings being on this Azir, this is his most played throughout his entirety of his career. And it plays so much to the team fight that 100 Thieves are going to be looking to do. It also puts Dark Wings in this position where he can be a disengager, but he could also be the primary engager for 100 Thieves Next, like we've seen throughout the rest of the circuit so far.
Speaking of engage, the Aphelios is still on the board, and things like that Gravitum ultimate can really be a big boon to have when you're going for those big sorts of engages. And it's not going to be banned away by 100 Thieves Next either. They're instead going for the Ezreal and the Pike. Like I mentioned before, Rovex won't get his hands on that one, but like we were already talking about, the Aphelios from Gorica, really, really solid yesterday. It seems like he's taking away some of the hyper carries that might be strong into it. I would like a blind pick Aphelios here from Taco.
See if they go for it. All right, it's Max. You asked, and they heard you.
Hey!
They lock it in. It is going to be the blind pick of Aphelios, so going to be able to lock that into the bottom lane and really choking out this pool for 100 Thieves Next. But the thing is, Lens does have some spicy picks within that pool. Xayah has been one of his go-tos throughout this split so far, so that's something he could potentially reach into the champion pool for.
Quite a few marksmen taken off the board, though, and a lot of those really go-to picks for him as well.
Oh, completely missed
this
Senna.
Senna would be interesting. Yeah, okay, so a more supportive style here for Lens. There are a lot of options for a sword to go for. Things like the Tom Kench are available. I personally have been really enjoying Tom Kench recently. The damage on this champion is absolutely absurd, and the utility you get from the ultimate is, of course, very valuable.
It just makes me sad, because you typically tend to be a little bit more passive with the Senna Kench lane. It's not something that goes too aggro early on, especially when you're dealing with more aggressive lanes. And considering the matchup we've already framed down here in the bottom lane to be volatile, well, we're kind of taking that away. Got one more pick to come out of Taco Gaming. Let's see what they're going to pair up with this Aphelios.
That's the thing about the bottom lane matchup here at Deserex. Taco Gaming really wants it to be volatile. I don't know if 100 Thieves wants that. So when you go for a champion pairing that is more passive and is more defensive, it can do a lot to mitigate the strategy that Taco Gaming is going for. That's not a very aggressive champion, though, that Rovex just locked in. The Soraka, they are playing the healing, they are playing the shielding, and they are playing the late game as well. Really like that last pick that they're giving to Rovex. A lot of priority in the draft going over to this player getting a good matchup.
And for some of the skirmishes that are going to happen, Soraka's really good at denying those. All it takes is one really well-placed silence. You can deny so much, especially considering 100 Thieves next. Once they start going for a lot of these fights, it's 100 Thieves that will be diving into Taco.
That's actually really true. Just to list a couple of things off, you can cancel out the Abyssal Dive from Tom Kench because you can see him charging it up. You can drop it onto your backline when Aurelia ults through, so that when she uses that Blade Search onto that backline, she's stuck there. She can't move afterward. Works with the Poppy Dash as well. Maybe as you can stop an Azir Shuffle. That spell has so much utility at Rovex's disposal, like you're saying, and it's a lot of execution based. You do have to be very quick with it, but Rovex has been a very big standout performer on this team, and I think he's up to the task.
All right, Smacks. If it's not going to be the bot lane, if we're going a little bit more regen heavy in the bot lane, where do you see this volatility exploding at? Where is the map going to have the most kills, Smacks?
I'm seeing an Irelia into Nara here, Deserex. I'm seeing a lane that is super, super strong in the top lane for 100 Thieves next. And a Poppy to boot as well. You can't even hop out of there if Poppy's on top of you with the W activated. So I'm feeling like Sniper and Fnatic have a pretty big target on the Freljordian Yordle up there of a few words, just to, you know, some babbles, some nars there. Yeah, I'm feeling like Lawrence is going to have a bad time.
I gotta feel that too, Smacks. I mean, it's Fnatic. Fnatic has been someone very intelligent when it comes to his jungle play, knowing what lanes he needs to play around. And when it comes to Lawrence has kind of been stuck in this weak side, playing mostly tanks than anything else. So this is a point of attack for 100 Thieves next. Keep dialing it down onto Lawrence. But we saw what happened yesterday. AoE attempted that, and they weren't able to get as much. Taco Gaming played elsewhere on the map.
That's true. See if Lawrence can play a solid weak side into this Irelia, into this very dangerous matchup. Maybe if City Witty can continue his streak of playing more toward the lane than his own farm and help out Lawrence up there just a little bit more than usual. We're going to have to find out as we're into this game one. We've got so many melee champions up in this top side, which usually means it's going to be a bloodbath. No tanks either. None of that. SRX, we're going hard.
Taco Gaming is going to have to keep a pretty close eye onto this early game because that's where 100 Thieves have kind of accelerated so much. A lot of off the play of Fnatic. The early game for 100 Thieves has been just phenomenal to say the least. We're talking about deficits. I mean, 100 Thieves on average grab 8 plates. Let's think about what that means. 160 per plate. That is 1.2k gold before 14 minutes that 100 Thieves are getting off the map.
That's some quick math. Or did you have that written down? Oh.
No. Matt's my field. Don't you worry about that.
Right. Jochi's field so far is getting taken down to half HP, unfortunately. As he does find a bunch of members in his jungle. Luckily, he doesn't have to flash or anything, but he is late enough into this lane that he can't reasonably recall. Got some sustain in his Doran shield, but that extra HP is going to matter quite a bit when it comes to landing against a ranged champion, the only one up in this top side, unless you count Mini Nar, which I guess I wasn't counting myself. My bad. Sorry, Nar. But yeah, Darkwing's going to have a lot of bully potential top, or mid.
And I want to take it back towards that top side, because Lawrence, again, right, we did frame it that he does struggle when it comes to the lane. It's not exactly the best for him. And he's going to get someone who is hands down one of the best laners by a long shot. So this early game, Lawrence is going to have to play it carefully, because if Sniper gets a lead, he is someone who will snowball.
It's also one of the traditionally worst matchups for Gnar to play into also, because once you hop away, you can just save the second flawless duet pop and then stun him wherever he lands. It's really simple to go for, so I'm hoping that Lawrence can play back and play for the scaling. I'm sure Taco Gaming is also hoping for this. We talk a lot about the early game from 100 Thieves next, though, as Fnatic, he is choosing to clear his entire bot side jungle. Poppy, one of those junglers that is really good at ganking, but also can kill these AoE camps very efficiently thanks to the Q. The slam on the ground deals a ton of damage to those little creeps in the jungle. Now you can see Fnatic at level 3 is going to make something happen bot.
Oh, such an aggressive push. There's that silence. It stops the Abyssal dive. Rovex is not in the place he wants to be. Might go to Rovex. Just runs through with the steadfast presence. That's going to guarantee first blood. Going over to 100 Thieves next. Simple clear going into the bot lane. Sets up a gank into the bot.
And there it is. There is the early aggression that we love to see from Fnatic. I can't remember a time where I saw Fnatic go for a full clear in the jungle. I literally can't. He usually will just go for very creative paths to get to level 3 and then go immediately into a lane. But Citywitty did see all that happen. He took away the blue buff and is going to be leaving the jungle without any punishment, it looks like. So he will actually have a pretty solid advantage early.
Bigger thing there is Lens did get that kill, so you're still enabling a lane if you are 100 Thieves next. And the lane you were hoping to enable due to that volatility mentioned earlier, even with the draft that's been grabbed. Now Citywitty setting up over towards his top side, both junglers hovering.
Yeah, we saw Lawrence. He actually was able to dodge out in the stun. Big props to him. He might have had to flash had it not been for that. So what the Hex Flash is all about. The ward spots out the Trundle. And I think they're just going to be walking away for now. Good job for Lawrence again, though, to survive all of the first few levels against Aurelia.
A good tracking coming out from 100 Thieves. Spotting out where City is going to be. City is trying to make the best of the situation that we had bot side, and sure, he was able to clear some of those camps, but yet to really have his Mac impact felt, being tracked so far by Fnatic. Quite well on that end, as both junglers are going to be meeting towards his bottom side once again.
Maybe there's going to be a Drake scuffle. I know on the most recent patch, Drakes are really difficult to take because they added a bunch of HP. That's not on this patch quite yet. We are still on 12.12. That doesn't look like a Drake play, though. That looks like another bot play.
Oh, creative pathing coming out for Fnatic, and he knows that flashes are down, so this is an easy kill picked up. 100 Thieves next are just going to accelerate this bottom lane, but one will be returned. It's a kill going over to Robex, and now the counter gank from Citywitty will club away onto Sword. Unfortunately for the Catfish, there is no flash, so just a few more bonks should be able to do it. It's a bite coming out for Citywitty to put a kill lead in that team fight, going over to Taco Gaming.
Not quite favorable there for 100 Thieves next, as they were the ones who made the play to begin with. A lot of sustain, as you can see from the Soraka. 100 Thieves next, they do choose to target the Aphelios this time around, as opposed to Rovex on the Soraka. You can see all of that HP difference comes through when you land all the star calls. The Silence Field, again, doing a ton of work. But look at this. Rovex is able to heal so much and deal all that extra damage to Lens here. There's really no way the 100 Thieves next can continue this play, and you can see that in Fnatic's movement, he knows there's really nothing he can do to stop Citywitty from beating his support down.
Oh man, that is so rough coming out. Part of that being, the moment Lens went down, I want you to keep in mind just how big that minion wave was. That is quite a bit to miss out on, especially in an experience when you're doing the Senna build. So rough situation there for that bottom lane, but now we're looking in the mid lane what's going on. Shochi just trying to bully out with Dark Wings. We haven't seen too much aggression happen into this mid lane, going rather neutral, but now having that Emperor's Divide on Shochi, you always got to keep your eyes very close on where that Sylas is positioned.
Yeah, the Sylas into Azir is also just such an interesting matchup because you are a melee champion who can potentially win extended trades due to your healing, but it's all about where you actually choose to use your cooldowns. Because if you're using them on the wave, then you're playing a very passive lane and you will eventually get bullied out. It's all about that balance of where you can use the Kingslayer and get healing back. Oh, nice job.
Oh, quick from Dark Wings. Realizing Shochi going for that ultimate, he stole away. Dark Wings will be quicker on the flash, not even going to chance it. Now over towards the top side. Sniper was looking to get an advantage, but goes a little bit too deep here on the dive, and this puts Sniper in a bad situation, but thanks to the minion wave being within reach, he will be fine.
Right. Again, Lawrence surviving this lane very well. You have to admire his sustainability in that lane and being able to withstand all of the pressure that an Irelia will put on top of you. Similarly, though, Darkwing surviving that gank does have to use his flash. Pretty big playmaking tool to use around these objectives when it comes to the Shurima Shuffle that we all know and love, but for Taco Gaming, they don't really mind about that. They already did get the Drake.
Oh, still focusing onto the bottom lane.
Ooh, the pillar.
The assault will be onto Sword, and with the perfect pillar, Abyssal Dive will be denied. The flash coming out from City. Sword will not escape, but it does get another summoner resource burnt away.
SRX, we should have known. This is Taco Gaming. We should have known that even though they picked Soraka, they will still find some way to make bottom lane volatile, even into Senna Tom Crunch. They're still trying to get as many kills as possible in this lane, and it's working. Look at the CS advantage for Gorica. Even if you combine both Senna and Tom Kench, he's still up about 10 in this lane, able to get a couple of assists to his name as well. And City Witty, the big benefactor here, 2 kills on the Trundle. This is such a good lane. Whoa.
Oh, we're not done. We're absolutely not done. Lens, driving the wrong way. This is not the side of the road you want to be on. It's a one-way, and Gorica will send that path straight to the respawn. Now a fight breaking out in the jungle as Dark Wings joins with the Emperor's Divide, sends City Witty to the teammates. Steadfast Presence going to deny the dash there from Shochi. City Witty getting a little bit too low. Dark Wings nets the shutdown. A good kill going to be picked up, but here comes Lawrence. That Meganar bar, it is growing. It is taking away and cutting off Dark Wings. It'll be a simple kill picked up. Taco Gaming, they're suddenly doing it. They have a kill lead. They have a gold lead against 100 Thieves next, Max.
And the whole team is getting in on the action. Even Lawrence is helping out on these plays. We got to watch this again because City Witty, he finds Fnatic in his jungle. I really don't think that Fan wanted this to happen. Poppy into Trundle is pretty disastrous as you can't really deal a lot of damage, and especially once you're level 6, the Subjugate just does so much work for you. So by the time 100 Thieves next members are here, Fnatic is already incredibly low, not to mention the Soraka ult comes in from the other side of the map. They didn't even need to use it in their bot lane play. So everybody on Taco Gaming is exchanging all of these kills. It's going so well for them in this early game, Eric.
And now trying to contest the Rift Herald, but 100 Thieves next. Still looking to fight for positioning here. I think one person who actually has stepped up, I wasn't expecting him to step up as much, has been Lawrence. In these early stages against Sniper, who has been one of the best laners in Amateur. I mean, Lawrence did leave this squad. Actually, gotta hold that thought because here comes a fight into the jungle, going on to Darkwings. Shochi over the wall, grabs Darkwings with ease. And still pressing this momentum, still pressing this pressure is Taco Gaming in the early game, and now they have a 1.5k lead.
You know, I gotta say, Deserix, I feel like Shochi has been the better Azir player than Darkwings in this game. Both ultimates that he's taken away have been incredibly effective. First denying the flash from Darkwings, and now pushing him into the waiting arms of his jungler.
Oh.
Beautiful stuff.
Ooh, Fnatic with flash over the wall, slams Shochi into the turret, but Shochi should be able to walk away. Not enough damage onto Fnatic. And yeah, this is great play coming out from Taco Gaming. You know, with the way 100 Thieves have been, it's a scary squad. It's a scary squad to go against, but this new Taco Gaming that we've been seeing that's shown up yesterday, that's showing up in this game, has been looking much, much better. Taco Gaming are going to look for a play in the bottom lane. Gonna steal away that ultimate. Now has the Devour. And he doesn't have to earn it, Smax. He doesn't have to earn it with the Tom Kench either. He will just nom away on sword, and it's another kill for the bot lane of Taco Gaming.
Did you see Shochi after he used his ultimate there too? Wait, hold on one moment. Lawrence, you're in danger, buddy.
Lawrence in a lot of danger. A little bit late on that Steadfast Presence. Still gets a lot of distance. Lawrence gonna get away. Lawrence is fine. And Taco Gaming are continuing the lead.
Oh man, 100 Thieves. Okay, Darkwing's gonna survive, but they realize too late that their big point of pressure is in this top lane, and by the time they actually give Sniper any sort of pressure, Lawrence is already so bulky. He already has the plated steel caps. He already has his ultimate. It's so difficult to gank him at this point. His lane is going super well all of a sudden as he is taking a lot of damage.
Oh, Sniper's going for the dive. A flash comes out, but Sniper anticipating the direction. It's still going to be a 1-for-1 at the end of the day in the top lane. As now the gank into the mid from City Witty. Ooh, not going to get the root. Shochi unable to land it onto Darkwings. In the good pathing here, but so much priority established by Taco.
I want to formally apologize to Lawrence and all of his fans for cursing him just now. I said that he was doing well, and then he dies under his turret. Denies all those minions as well. Sniper doing a great job still. No surprise there, but, you know, still a lot of credit for Lawrence for actually holding out this long and getting a return kill. Like, it's still going well, all things considered, but that was pretty unfortunate timing.
And to come back to a point I was going to say, you know, Lawrence was part of DK Crew last split. Made the jump to Taco Gaming. I had a talk with him during Gateway, and I asked him, well, why do you do it? He felt like his chances were a lot better with Taco. He likes a lot of the play he's able to get with his jungle mid duo with Taco. And, well, it's showing. Here's Taco Gaming in another finals with Lawrence on the squad.
You know what's great about Lawrence here also, Eric, is he was part of that DK crew squad that did make it from 32 seed into the top 16. So not only is he helping Taco Gaming make it to Proving Grounds, he kind of also helped DK crew make it to Proving Grounds. It's not every day that you get to see one player qualify with 2 teams to Proving Grounds. Lawrence did it.
Of course, can't forget that DK crew is in Proving Grounds as our 10th seed when it comes to amateur. The battle right here between our 1st and 2nd seeds, the City Witty is setting up this Rift Herald, looking to take that plate, looking to take the tower as a whole, and really get that gold onto Gorica, onto this late game of Helios.
Working out pretty well. He's already got that Gale Force up and running, and like you said earlier, he has been known to go forward with his movement spells on Aphelios, this player. So we'll see what tricks he's got in store for us. As I'm sure Gorica, he's having a bit of a friendly grudge match with his former jungler from the Resolve days, Fnatic.
Look at this. No response really coming out from 100 Thieves next cross map. It's just going to be another tower taken by Taco Gaming. That's more gold going over to the Aphelios. This is playing so well into the win condition for Taco Gaming. And suddenly City looking to turn this one around. Lawrence is finally isolated out from the minion wave, but it's not that much picked up compared to what Taco just acquired.
Oh, wow. Lawrence actually did dodge the stun there, as we're getting a teleport play in the bottom lane. Lens is in danger.
Yeah, Shochi showing up, going right after Lens. Has the Emperor's Divide on top of it. Doesn't even need to use it. Can save it for later. So much pressure being applied by Taco Gaming. They're playing towards Gorica. They're playing towards Rovex. It's working, Smacks.
So soon after, the teleports clicked over to being unleashed as well. Oh, Lawrence, this is very dangerous, buddy.
Oh, Lawrence, so risky! He's going for the outplay on General Sniper, and 1v1, he will solo kill the most anticipated prodigy in amateur.
The bait! The Soraka ultimate, again, from across the map. Lawrence knew that he had so much more HP to work with in that 1v1. The communication with the entire squad on Taco Gaming is so beautiful. It looked like a solo kill, but Rovex was the difference maker in that exchange. That ultimate was so clutch. Well done.
Wow. Absolutely phenomenal coming out of Lawrence here. What a showing in this final week of PGCQ. Taco Gaming holding a strong lead against one of the most dominant teams in amateur history. Now 4K in the lead against 100 Thieves next. And now Taco Gaming, it's still not over just yet. We know that 100 Thieves next have immaculate macro when it comes to the mid game. When it comes to a lot of these fights, you're still going to have to deal with that step.
The one thing that everybody on Taco Gaming has been saying for weeks now. You know what it is, Deserex? It's 3 words. Keep doubting us. And you know what? It's been happening. Everyone continues to doubt them, except for Travesty, I will say. Travesty predicted them to win yesterday. He was the only one that was right. But everybody else has continued to doubt them every single time, and they keep proving us wrong.
Yeah, you see it right there. You see it right there, Travi. Travi, I know you're in the chat. Take a look. Take it all in. He is a believer. He has not given up on Taco Gaming. And Taco Gaming are playing with a new aura of confidence here. But it is kind of stagnating. Rift Herald is up. They're holding control in the mid lane. Not much going on in the top side. It's 100 Thieves next who are now trying to make the map plays onto Lawrence.
Lawrence, I wait out that W. Oh.
Still going to get Megnar. It will come in time. Forces out the ultimate. Wish will be popped, so a good amount of healing coming out to Lawrence. But the Devour going to find its mark. Still trying to take out Lawrence. The flash, the heals from Rovex will keep Lawrence standing. Another hill, and Sniper will fall. Rovex clutches it out.
Rovex with the red 5 counterpick of the Soraka coming in clutch again. He hard carried the team yesterday on Pike. This is not Pike, Deserex. This is the exact opposite of Pike. Instead of executing the enemies, you are healing your teammates and making sure that they do not get executed. And Rovex is good at both.
Oh, here we go again. Shochi stealing away the Emperor's Divide. Will get pushed right in, but almost out of range. Rovex does it again, and Darkwings can't even finish off the kill. Gorica will finish off Fnatic and Taco Gaming. Do you believe? Travi does, but does the rest of Twitch chat as another kill acquired by Taco.
Rovex is the ambulance in this game. He is literally everywhere at everyone's beck and call. Free healthcare for everybody as Rovex. The healings are global. Shochi survives again. And 100 Thieves next, they cannot stick with any of their damage. He is clutching it out time and time again. They're taking another turret, another Rift Herald charge. So many of these structures continue to fall, and Taco Gaming are about to set up for a Drake Soul Point too.
Yeah, you can't deny Rovex's performance here. He's looking so good. I mean, Rovex has stepped up countless times in the past. I remember he slotted in for UST during Gateway against Maryville. Took that all the way to a Game 5 on a sub-squad. A lot of that thanks to Rovex. And we're going to see more thankings of Rovex, soon enough to get another look at that mid lane play.
We get another flawless Azir ultimate from Shochi as well. He's been 3 for 3 on those. Again, performing on the champion that he's not even playing. Starkwings, he actually is spotted here, so that is why Rovex is able to commit his flash, by the way, and come over saving Shochi with a sliver of HP yet again. This is quite the performance from a support, and again, Desrex, to talk about Rovex's story here for a little bit, I remember a couple of years ago when this guy was in a very similar position to Busio as well, who's been a stellar academy performer, a mid lane main for a very long time, performing in amateur on various teams, role swapping to the support position this year and finding so much success, proving to be one of the greatest supports in all of amateur. And that's kind of also true of Sword if you think about it. Both of these guys role swapping from mid.
Yeah, Sword, TSM Academy was in mid then made the switch over to support. Exactly. Both of these supports having very, very similar stories when it comes to that aspect. And with this performance we've been seeing, I want to do a shout to my producer right now. Star Guardian Rovex. Go pull that picture up. I got that on my Twitter. This is exactly the moment. He's using the skin right now, Hyper.
Hope we can get that one as we do get a Baron fight going up here. Taco Gaming already have it at half HP. Oh, the verdict knocks him out.
It's on the Darkwings too. They've lost their primary engage. They've lost their team fighter. What can 100 Thieves do for this team fight? Absolutely. Squad as Sword is deleted. 3 members fall in the blink of an eye for 100 Thieves next as Taco Gaming wiped them out. All they lost was their ambulance, but that's okay. Let's grab the Baron.
Shochi is good at every single ultimate in the game. He has been playing his ultimate spellbook these days here, Desrex, let me tell you, because that Poppy ultimate was the most clutch knockback I've seen in so long. Not only did it keep Darkwings out of the fight, it forced him to teleport back. That was ridiculous.
And it forced 100 Thieves to engage without Darkwings. Yeah. Absolutely devastating for them. And with this lead, it's 10k now. It is 10k now. We don't need damage dealt. We need damage healed from Rovex. Because, man, he's been clutching out a lot of these big moments that keep Taco Gaming into it, and the rest of Taco Gaming show up, bring the hands to the fight, and swing for the fences against 100 Thieves. But 100 Thieves now trying to swing back as they get the assassination onto Gorka. 2 isolations. City Witty. Can Rovex do the healing here? Nope, the Devourer. You can't heal when it's stuck inside the cheeks of Sword. A double kill comes out for Sniper.
Oh, it does look like Shochi got a solo kill into Darkwings on the other side, so kills traded across the map. Gotta give a lot of credit to 100 Thieves, though, for finding that engage onto Gorka, onto City Witty. They do now have a lot of healing reduction, as you can see. They're learning from their mistakes. They've got a couple of Bramble Vests, they've got an Executioner's Calling. They've acknowledged that Rovex is the true carry.
A Rovex support carry is a very real role, especially in this matchup. At healing so big as the siege continues from Taco Gaming. Just getting back on the map is going to be Gorka, but Taco Gaming are still going for the siege. Lens almost falls to Lawrence and Rovex in the process. So much pressure applied, a turret going down in the top lane. Not much to be matched in the bottom lane, where you still have some farming coming out from Sniper. He's going to take away the golems, keep that wave state pushed up for 100 Thieves. Some reprieve coming on the map, but they're going to need a lot more of it.
Taco Gaming is looking good today, and you can tell that they're feeling good as well. The communication on point. Shochi, the confidence out of this world. He's got a Medjai's Soul Stealer. Look at that. He's stacking up the book. And now they can move over with Baron still active for about 45 seconds to take this fourth and final Drake for themselves, giving them all of that extra resilience in these plays. That's what Taco Gaming is looking to do right now. You said they've stalled out just a little bit in that, like about 8 minutes ago or so, but that was just because they knew that they had this win condition in the bag as long as they kept the Drake pressure going. Once they get that, you have to imagine that this game is not going to last much longer.
All right, here's something that can work well for 100 Thieves. Zero passive, you put up the turret, which means you do get some set of priority into this mid lane. That wave is always going to be pushing into 100 Thieves' favor. Now Taco Gaming, still getting priority on the river though. And this is one of the places they have historically fought the best. They're great at dragon fights. They're looking to take another one right now as Fnatic goes deep, slams Gorka into the wall, Keeper's Verdict gonna get a triple knock-up, Sniper dives deep, but has to back out. Lawrence already netting a kill, and Darkwing's using Damper's Divide to disengage off Taco Gaming. Taco Gaming just brute forced the fight to 100 Thieves, and they will be rewarded with Dragon Soul.
Sniper can't survive, Sword can't save him because he's knocked out by another Keeper's Verdict. And just like you said, Deserex, that's going to be the soul. Taco Gaming have everything that they could possibly need to end this game, and they even set up the bot wave to immediately crash underneath this inhibitor turret after the fact. This is going to go down even without the Baron any longer, maybe even taking an inhibitor after 2. So much map pressure, playing it so clean from Taco.
And think about how damning this Mountain Soul is. Not only do you have the healing of Rovex constantly pumping it back up, but it's that much harder to get through the defenses of Taco Gaming. There's so much security for Taco Gaming right now. They're just walking into the base, taking inhibitors. We're looking for a response out of 100 Thieves next. They're trying to find it. Sniper, a little bit too far out of position. Devour going to be used to protect Sniper. A sword tries to hop away. Fnatic jumps in. Now Shochi starts to run low, but Rovex, the ambulance is going, and so is Darkwing's. Difference is, it's to the respawn. Taco Gaming sieging for the end.
Gorka going in with the Gale Force, showing us at least one time he's got the engaged tools in him. Let's see if 100 Thieves can stop this. An excellent Gnar ultimate to deny.
Ooh, holding the line is City Witty. Fnatic tries to push them right back, but Taco Gaming, they need minions. They need the wave to step up. Now the Devour, stolen away by Shochi. Waiting to nom onto whoever is foolish enough to get close enough. He's looking at Sniper, hops onto Sniper. Sniper runs low and gets dropped. Keeper's Verdict is going to deny some team fight coming out of Taco, but Nexus towers have gone down. Taco Gaming going straight for the Nexus. And surprise, surprise, Smacks. Everyone doubted them, and here they are showing up in the finals today. Game number 1 against 100 Thieves next.
Oh man, that was a quick one, Deserex. Nearly a kill a minute for Taco Gaming. It's Tuesday after all, and they are showing up today. Game 1's down. This is a best of 5, but whew, that did not look close at all.
That did not look close. Completely different monster that we're seeing out of Taco Gaming right now. Out of Lawrence, in the top lane, he actually bested Sniper up there. Yeah. Shochi, as you said, Smacks, he took ultimates and used them better than 100 Thieves were able to. And of course, playing down to that bot lane, City Witty and Gorica, and of course, Rovex, keeping them alive while those plays were being made in the bot lane.
Yes!
Yeah, there's the ambulance right there. Star Guardian Rovex, definitely one of the heroes of this match, Smacks.
Ooh. You know, if we had Proving Grounds Worlds and Rovex had to pick his skin, you could either pick Pyke or Soraka. And again, those champions could not be more different. I cannot believe he's so good at both of them. It's very rare that you get supports that are very, very skilled at multiple different styles. You have the enchanters, you have the tanks, and Pyke, whatever he is, like everything, Rovex is piloting super well today and yesterday, and I can't wait to see what he pulls out next game.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for that next game. We are going to throw it over to short break while we get ready for that next game, because after seeing that, I am completely excited. I am hyped up, and you know what? I said break. It's actually desk. We're going to throw it over to Dwayne The Rock Ravishing Johnson, and he will take over from there because I'm sure he's excited to talk about Taco Gaming, giving hope to all the believers. Be sure to take it away, Ravish.